give me a few moments. I'm just doing something quickly. Post. Quickly. Right. Refresh chat. See what we have. Right. Actually, have I got this up? Right. Let's. Sorry about that, everyone. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a very short stream today, and it's just going to be a start to finish edit within Lightroom, and we might go into Photoshop for a bit if we've got time. So right, let's start profile. That's quite good. Landscape, daylight. What does auto? Oh, auto looks quite good. Next, gonna go transform section. I'm editing in Lightroom Classic. It's gonna be the exact same panels in Lightroom for the cloud. There'll just be a slight. I don't know. There probably might be a different layout. I'm not sure. Any Lightroom cloud fans, please let me know if there's a slight difference, or actually the panels are the same. They just named certain things in Lightroom for the cloud differently. Right, next we're gonna crop. I'm gonna go for. No, don't like that crop. Let's go 16 by 10. No, I don't quite. Let's go 3. Nope, don't want a 3x4 crop. 16 by 9. Sort of want to include more sky and slightly less off the ground. So right, let's sort the sky out next. So I'm using the gradient filter in the masking panel. So up here, this is the way you can get like new mask tools. I'm using the gradient one, and I'm just gonna drop the highlights down all the way, and then I might just darken a bit more exposure, or shall I make it a little. Let's go minor. Let's be a little bit. No, let's do that. Keep it normal. I will top the whites up a little bit, and then the blacks. And then think we'll go for a bit of that. We have got a dust spot up there, but we'll get rid of that later. Then I'm going to lighten and just gently darken it at the same time. And then I'm just going to drop the amount slightly. Then I'm going to go to the remove tool, select the thing, area I want with the navigation panel. I'm just going to close this bit, so that's the navigation panel. I'm going to use on my Wacom graphics tablet, and I'm going to select brush size, so then it's just a little bit bigger than the dust spot. I'm going to just turn visualize spot, and then I'm going to go back to fit and see if any in the sky, because you can't always tell. Right, that should be sorted. Yeah. Right, back to the masks panel. No, I'm still going to crop in. I'm going to crop in a bit more. So what I'm going to do is turn that is unlock and just adjust, and then I think we might go for that, and then push return. I'm using Mac. I will do a stream at some point on Windows for the Windows user, but I just haven't had time at the moment, so please bear with. I think I'm just going to add a little bit more blue. I'm actually going to just add a bit of blue. It's -3, so it keeps it real soft. And then I'm going to take the gradient and I'm going to lighten. So I'm going to increase the whites. Just lighten it. Actually, go to dodge to lighten it, which does give it a more subtle approach. Then I'm going to take the brush tool. I'm going to go for the waves. I haven't got auto mask turned on, but if I hold down Alt on my, hold on, I've got to remember where it is now. You know what, I just got to raise up here, select auto mask, and just remove that little bit there. Just so that it's just the way. And then I'm going to go back to the A brush, and I'm going to up the shadows, drop the highlights, just brighten it overall, and then just drop it down a little bit so it still looks quite natural, because we want a seascape to look as natural as possible. And then we're going to go to colour mixer. I'm going to take the HSL sliders, and I'm going to go saturation, and I'm just going to put the blues up a bit and the turquoise. I'm probably going to drop the yellows down and the oranges up. And I think I might drop the luminance down a little bit. not too much. I want it to look a bit stormy. Well, quite stormy actually, because it was shot on a stormy day. So here we go. Colour point, just to refine a bit more. -5, and then some vibrance. And then we're going to pick some brown, and then that. So just to add a little bit of warmth, not too much, but just a little bit. I'm going to go detail cider. I'm going to go here. And then holding down Alt Option or on a Mac, Alt on Windows. I'm just going to increase the sharpness to 56. And then I'm going to increase the masking so it only sharpens this and removes from the sky. And then I'm going to go down to here, add a little bit of noise reduction, not too much because we don't want to soften all of a sudden. Now I'm going to go to tone, curve, and I'm going to drop the highlights. Lighten the shadows, darken the darks, increase the shadows. Then I'm just going to select a curve point from the default preset sets, which I usually take medium contrast because I can control it a bit more, and it looks a little less harsh than strong contrast. And what we're then going to do is go up to photo, go to Photoshop 2026, and we are going to do some work into it, a bit more work into it. Alright. Photoshop's loading. Right, we're in Photoshop now, which is Photoshop's 2026. Command J, and then I'm going to go to black and white adjustment layer. I think I might try to, not really sure. I think I'm gonna have to play a bit. Darken the sides, slightly lighten that. Do that luminosity because that's what I want. Then I'm gonna do a regular. And then do saturation because that's the black and white I want. And then I'm going to Command I, Control I on Windows, Command I on a Mac. And I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to just take my brush. I'm going to drop the opacity, keep the flow at 100, And then I'm just going to subtly paint the waves. That's odd, some of my function keys aren't working on my graphics tablet. Okay, I might have to have a look at that later. I'm just going to do a little bit on the beach, just to add a bit of light. Not too much, of course. Then I'm going to go levels, and I'm going to move the white point so that it's lighter, and then move the dark a little, and then do that, and then do that. But I'm going to drop the opacity down to about 35%. And then I'm going to do a merge visible. I'm holding Alt at the same time, and I'm going to go new layer. I'm doing this in the menus. I'm actually going to highlight that in the yellow colour. I'm going to go soft light, fill with that. I'm going to drop that down to 40%, and that's going to be my burn and dodge layer. So I'm going to drop the flow down as well to 33% and just start painting the sky a little bit, holding down the spacebar on my keyboard. I'm using a Logitech keyboard. This is the K350 version. There's a 380 version of it, which I think might be the newer one. I'm not sure, I'd have to have a look. I'm just holding down the space bar, and then I'm going to hit X on my keyboard, and then lighten the parts of the cloud that I want, and then hit X again if I don't quite want that there. I'm going to hit X again. I'm actually going to get my brush thingy, and I'm going to use a different brush. Take the flow down, and then I'm going to make it bigger. I'm using one of Carl Webster's Photoshop brushes. I quite like the painterly effect, so I'm just going to do that. It will look a little bit rough, but it'll be fine. It's going to be fine. Once I blur the layers slightly, it will bring it together. Hold on, wait for this beach ball of doom to go. Push X, and then just gonna paint, because this is the sky version of it. I might swap back because the beach ball of doom. Actually go back to a soft brush. the X key again on my keyboard. I might increase the flow a little bit more. And then go back to X, put the opacity up a bit more, and highlight some of those clouds. It's going to look a little bit rough, so what we're going to do is convert to Smart Filter for that layer, and then we're going to go blur, Gaussian blur. It's just going to be that sweet spot. Which is going to be there, even a bit more, which looks quite good. Just drop the opacity, and then I'm going to do a new layer, and dodge foreground, and I'm probably going to make that a green, and then going to go soft light, 59% opacity, move around the image with the space bar, and then I'm just going to gently lighten and darken parts of the image. X on my keyboard, and then I'm just gonna burn the back of the image in, and then going slightly less on the waves coming further in, and then push X again. Just gonna add lightness to the areas that need lightening. Right. Okay. Right. If you've got any questions or feedback, please feel free to put those in the comments, because the feedback does help. Right, make that fit to screen with Command 0 or Control 0 on the Windows, and Command 0 on the Mac. Now, I think I can revert. And then gonna sorry. Hold on. Right, that's better. Right, I think now we're going to do another merge visible. So So that temporarily flattens the layers below. Not completely, but just enough. Or no, not just enough, it just creates a copy, I think. Not sure on that front again, but hey ho. Right, I think that might be done. Just gonna just brighten it a little bit by 1% and then take that down. And then I think we might just knock that back a little as well. So yeah. And can do this layer, flatten, save. Right, back over to here. Which looks very good. Probably can do a little bit of noise reduction. For some reason it's got noise in it. Which is fine. So yeah, it's the final image. It was only going to be a short stream tonight, sadly fine. But I will do Friday this coming week a longer stream. So yeah, this is final image. Thank you for tuning in.